Welcome back to T-Bricks. We are back with another half booster of Phantasmal Flames to get cracked into. Of course, I've forgotten to show it in the last couple of videos. I also have a cup of tea here. This time it's in a Denby mug. Denby is one of my absolute favourite mug manufacturers, or crockery in general. Please, if I could ask one request before we get into it, do like, do comment, subscribe. It makes a massive difference, especially for small channels. Like, I think I don't even have 50 followers at this point. I've got a really small number. I'm trying to grow it. So all of your help and your support goes such a long way. Thank you. Okay. So to recap where we are with Phantasmal Flames, I'm really enjoying the set so far. I think it's got some absolute bangers. However, and this is a bit of a however, because it's a small set, there isn't that much variety. So if you don't get one of the bangers, I feel like you either get something really, really good, or the quality tends to be a little less for the card arts and some of the SIRs in particular. So because it's a smaller set, yes, you do have a better chance overall of hitting something like spectacular in terms of illustration rare or the full arts or the SIRs. But if you don't hit those, what's left? I find some of the options a little bit meh. So overall, I think this will be a really good set. It'll go down really well. Opening it, however, I'm finding it a little bit of a mixed bag, whereas with Megas, just like every single thing was an absolute banger after banger. Now, that could be just because I've not hit the right things yet. I've not opened a huge number of packs. I have had some good fortune. I think in my first video opening these, I actually did pull the Lopunny SIR, and that is a good hit, right? It's just that I kind of wish that there was just a greater variety within the set overall. So I don't know how many more openings of this specifically I'm going to do. Well, I guess we'll see, right? Like, today could bring us really, really good fortune. I mean, 18 packs, we've got a really good chance of hitting almost anything, well, maybe except that gold card. If you've been here for a while, you know that I like to always open from my least favorite pack art all the way to my favorite. I don't know why, I just believe it gives me better luck. And at the end, for our least favorite, is Lopunny, because even though that's what I've pulled the most of, it's not my favorite. I find it, like the humanoid Pokemon, a little bit weird. Oh, again, goes there. Meta Heracross, I do actually quite like. So as soon as you get out of Lopunnies, kind of a fan of all of these. Obviously, Gengar and Charizard, big fans. Medium fan, not a fan. But we've only got 4 of the Lopunnies. Actually looks pretty even across our pack arts today, so that's good. We will see if we can continue some of the good fortune that we've had in terms of SIR pull rates and get something that isn't Lopunny. That's, I will be happy with pretty much any non-Lopunny SIR at all. I think getting them in 18 packs, though, well, the chances aren't necessarily good on that. Okay, Carvana and Alchemy. Ooh, Miss Magnius. We haven't had that. I like that. I just like that it's all sort of uniform as a pink and purple colour. Okay, good. So that's a new card. And I suppose that is true when you are opening a new set. Right, even if this set I've got a little bit mixed feelings about at the moment, when everything's new, it's still so exciting. And there are so many illustration rares that we've not hit yet. I did actually get my Chase illustration rare, which was the Dugong. So I've been delighted about that. But there are a lot of other ones in there. Like, I really like that Toxtricity. I get tripped up on words quite easily. I'm a big fan of that, and I really like the Flygon as well. We did pull the Piplup, so I'm not going to be unhappy with that by any stretch, right? As well. So we have pulled some really nice ones. But I really like the Meowth and the Wooper. Ooh, the Empoleon EX. Okay, starting out strong, 2 for 2. With the different EXs that I didn't have before. All right, okay, well, this set is determined, I think, to make me eat my words that I said at the start, where I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this set. Well, actually, I'm starting to feel really good about this set after a double banger of starting packs. But can we continue this trend? Can we keep it going upward? We've had some EXs. But what else are we going to get? Like the Bolton. I really like some of the basic art in this set as well, except for Dalmatian. I think Dalmatian's weird. Get out of here. But the Charmander, for instance. Charmander's got a really lovely, simplistic card art. It looks fun. It looks dynamic. Big fan of that. Mammoth Swine. And the Empoleon full art. Nice. It's not a Mega, so it doesn't have like the image of the Pokemon behind it, which do make the Mega ones a little bit more dynamic. But there's something like a frosted, iced effect behind him, which makes sense. And I think those color contrasts work really well. So actually, of the full arts I've seen, the non-Megas, this is probably one of the more attractive ones of recent sets. That's good. That's a really lovely hit. I consider myself a little bit humbled over my opinion on Phantasmal Flames, evidently. I was not correct. This is a fantastic set. I stand corrected. And Low Bunnies, you have been doing us really well. We're not usually nearly so fortunate in what we open, but you know what? I will absolutely take it. Absolutely take it. Maybe insulting a set is the way to get good outcomes. The right way to get good cards. Snowball, Murkrow, the Manica. I love this Cresselia art. I think it's really beautiful. I wish that they had that as a full art, actually. I wonder if that... Oh, we accidentally revealed this. The Grimsley's move. Not bad at all. Because we are interested in playing sort of a dark deck at some point. Maybe Mega Gengar. Maybe Marnie's Grimmsnarl. I don't know. But it feels like there's a lot of really fun dark Pokemon types within here that are worth exploring as to whether there's deck viability. I'm not particularly accomplished by any stretch at the TCG, but I am learning it, and I'm really enjoying what I've been learning so far. And some of the gaming groups that I'm involved in, everyone's just so lovely. They're so friendly. It's a really enjoyable sort of third space hobby that's not home or at work. Who doesn't want a big ice cream? Lotad and Jigglypuff. And Punk Helmet. Okay. Another full art. A full art item. Okay. That's brilliant. I think we've had the Blowtorch. We've had the Switch. I'm really keen to get Battle Cage. I think the Battle Cage looks gorgeous. So hopefully we'll see one of those one of these days. But that's not bad either. Okay. So the starting hand, as it were, so far has been phenomenal. It's been, well, I'll make a pun, I'll say phantasmal. I don't think that works, but I enjoyed it. You might not. I enjoyed the joke. So I'm starting incredibly strongly here, actually. Okay, that's really picked me up. Because when I started this, you might have been able to tell, I was doing a little bit like, oh man, I've opened a lot, and well, I've opened maybe a booster box, I think, in total. I haven't really got much, at least, I've had a bit of luck, but I've not had like anything that I was really after, with the exception of the Dugong. But then, after this has just been banger after banger. Some really nice cards in there as well. We haven't seen any illustration rares. Weirdly getting almost as many full arts as I have illustration rares. It felt like with Megas, I would get far more illustration rares than we would see of the full arts. But I think that's maybe just luck of the draw. We'll have to see. I imagine the hit rates are going to be the same, that they're not going to change it between those two sets. But I don't know that. That's just sort of an intuitive guess. Ooh, a shiny ice cream. Okay, SIR. Oh, it's the Wigglytuff. Just as I was saying, I've not seen any of those big illustration rares. We get the Wigglytuff. That is so much fun. They look like they're made of, like, I don't know, like marshmallow. They all look like they're edible, if you know what I mean. Oh, that's gorgeous. Is it a double? It's not, but look at this. Oh, I've got a pink page in my binder for sort of pinkish and purplish Pokemon, and this will look amazing in it. Centering looks pretty good. Maybe a little left heavy. A little top heavy as well, actually, now that I look at it. So it's not perfect. It may not grade perfectly, but I don't know that I'd want to. I think this will be one for the personal collection. Oh, okay. So we have started this Harp booster at a roaring pace with some of the best pulls that I've actually had in a while. My God. Okay. So really chuffed with that. I'm hoping that we've not used up all of our luck in the first half of these packs, and that sorting them wasn't the wrong thing to do, and that actually now the rest of them are all duds. But, let's see. let's see if that's how it works out. That's how it works out. We've still had some absolute crackers so far, so I'm not going to be upset. And I think the likelihood is we'll get a few more good things over the course of the rest of these packs, right? Like, kind of expect it. Gloom and Toxtricity. That is, I don't know why, I always get tripped up on that name. I find it quite hard to say. I think I keep wanting to say Toxicity. Well, unsurprisingly. But then also, the System of a Down song, right? Okay. Voltund, Sandile, Charmander, Bronzor, Haunter. I like that sort of almost, it looks like it's from the video games. Battle Cage. I'd like to see you in a full art variant. We're keen on that. Wigglytuff. And anything behind Genesect. No. All right. Gengar. I don't think I've actually seen a Mega Gengar yet. And obviously there's no full art and there's no SIR for the Mega Gengar in Phantasmal Flames. There's no phantasmal part of the flame, as it were. I think that's all being kept for Mega Dream. And the preview of that Gengar SIR is outrageously stunning. I think I prefer it to the Charizard almost. But they're both such incredible cards. So it's not like I'm likely to see either or would be unhappy with either. Kira Burst Station, nice. And the Ambipom. Okay. That was a really vibrant illustration, rare, and I do enjoy like the overall style of it. I've just never been a huge fan of any sort of monkey-based Pokemon. I find the slightly humanoid features and the big hands a little bit off-putting. So while I really do appreciate the art of it, the Pokemon itself puts me off a little bit. It looks a little bit like those Fruit Ninja games back in like the 2010s. If you used to play one of those on your phone, really like that style actually. If it was any other kind of Pokemon apart from a monkey, this would be right up there. But because it is the Ambipom, I think this might be one for trade for me. But a good hit overall. Like, certainly not bad in any stretch to be able to get one of those. And it is a really vibrant one. Like, some of the illustration rares I found a little bit flat, and even if that's not my favorite Pokemon, I can certainly appreciate that the overall style of that card is like in the top tier, right? It's just because I don't like monkeys, I don't think, massively as animals. And so therefore I don't love monkey-themed or ape-themed Pokemon. It just isn't for me. I don't know why. Wondrous Patch, always useful. Let me get out of here, Ambipom. And, there's something stuck there. It's the Wooper. Oh my god. That's one of the really, really nice illustration rares. This has been like absolutely crazy, the cards I've been getting. Look at that. This almost feels like an SIR in terms of the quality of the illustration here. It's just like a non-textured version. That's insane. Oh, I love that. It looks like a really, really nice copy as well. Centering looks solid. Maybe a little left heavy, but not massively. Anything behind? No. Let's have a look. Indeed. Colors look great there. You can definitely see, look, it's a bit heavy on the right, so it wouldn't be a 10. This is definitely binder copies. But I don't see any whitening, nothing along the edges. So it's a really clean copy. Ooh. We have been pulling some absolute heat today. Absolute heat, okay. Right. Gengar, you've been doing well for us. Now, obviously, what we're wanting the most is an SIR. A non-low punny SIR, I should qualify that with. But in terms of like what we've been getting from these packs, yeah, look, I'm going to say all day long, this has been a fantastic half booster. Impom, Formo, another Jumbo Ice Cream. I do like those. I love anything food-based. I think I'm just a hungry person. Logix. Okay. Anything behind? No, Cresselia. And the Oricorio. Nice. I think I've pulled 2 of these already. I really enjoy them, and there's a beauty to them, actually. More than there are a lot of the later EXs. I found some of them in the Scarlet and Violet, they were like, it's a little whatever. I think this Oricorio is actually a really quite attractive EX. So I think it's the blacks and the reds together make it feel maybe a little bit more interesting and dynamic, like that simple contrast of colors. Whereas some EXs are just like, yeah, okay, fine, I guess I've got another one of you. And I feel like I kind of want to keep you because you're a little bit rare, but then what am I going to do with you? Are you really worth having in a binder? So I find EXs like in a bit of a tricky place, but that one actually I quite enjoy. Eternatus, man, I wish there was like an Eternatus illustration in here. Okay, Lombre, Ambipom, and Charizard. No, Moltres. Okay. So what do we have left? We've got 5 packs of Charizard. Okay. So if there's anywhere that a Charizard's going to be hiding, it's obviously going to be in the Charizard packs, right? I mean, that's where, if I were a Charizard, I would be hiding myself. We've pulled over, I think we've pulled a couple of the Mega EXs. I've not seen the full art SIR, and obviously I've never seen the gold card. But you never know. We might get lucky. We might just like hit an absolute banger in these last 5 packs. Sableye, no, Punk Helmet, and the Puma. So that takes us to 4. I'm not feeling particularly positive about hitting a Charizard. I've seen quite a few people like get crazy luck with this set, but in terms of like getting that Charizard at a relatively early stage, I wasn't expecting to. I was maybe hoping to, and look, after the opening that we've had today, I'm certainly not upset. I'm certainly not upset. We've had some absolute bangers within here. I think some really good fortune. Ooh, Alchemy and Vileplume. Okay. We've got 3 packs left. I would like... Look, it'd be nice if we get one more hit, of course. But if we don't, I think we've still done, like, sensationally well. Like, way over the odds of what a half booster, I think, should personally be delivering. And actually, this is much more like what it was when I was opening Megas, where it just felt like you got so many cool cards, like, so often as well. Letter, Sacred Charm, Crocodile, Trapinch, and Charizard. No, Granville. Always going to say those texture there. Mega Diancie. I actually really enjoy the Mega Diancie card. I think this might be my favorite of all of the Megas from this set to pull. I think there's something about just like the color synchronicity that's really enjoyable. Like everything's sort of a soft pink or sort of pastel-y color. So we were asking for one more hit from those last 2 packs, and it delivered. Okay. I think we are doing way above the odds then. Way above the odds. We'll have to work it out at the end and have a little look at everything that we've got. But this is our second to last pack. We've not seen any Charizards today. I'm not upset about that. I think I was a little upset from my last opening. I think I want to say a half booster, and I got 3 hits in total at one point from a whole half booster, and that was abysmal. I felt really quite annoyed about that. I was like, I feel like we should do a little bit better than this. But this pack opening has been phenomenal. Okay, Ramblin', and something sticky. It's the Meta Heracross again. You can always tell when a card gets like slightly stuck at the back. You're like, there's definitely texture at the back. Maybe there'll be something. And of course, with this set, because the full art of the Charizard is, I think it's still like 80 quid, something like that. Like, it's crazy price. You get like a slice, like, right? Like, it feels like genuinely you could get like a really good hit in any slot. Whereas in some sets, people aren't as fussed, generally speaking, about the full arts. Although personally, I've always really enjoyed full arts. Okay, Haunter. Punk Helmet will take a little bit slower. Cerulean. Okay. Lotad. This is it. Our last pack for today, as I knock everything over. Is it the Charizard? No, it's the Granville. But it is another Punk Helmet. Another full art. That's absolutely sick. Really, really good then. Okay, did we get the Punk Helmet today? Am I just making things up in my head? Let's have a look in a sec. So we got 11 hits then from 18 packs. Really, really good opening. We got 3 EXs. Cool. We got 2 Megas. we did get 2 punk helmets. And we got the Napoleon. I love those as full arts. And then we got 3 and really nice illustration rares as well. The Wooper, the Ambipom, even if he's not my favorite Pokemon, it's a really nice illustration rare. And the Wigglytuff, that's the big one. Delighted about that. That was crazy. That was a really good opening, really good. Thanks enormously for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, it makes such a difference. Really appreciate you hanging out. Catch you next time.